Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world, online at Z107.7 FM.com. This is your Z107.7 Local News for Saturday, July 19th, 2025. The beginning of school is just around the corner, and all day today there's an opportunity for you to help students start the year with all the supplies they need. Joining us with more is former scholar Jeff Harmatz.
Morongo Unified School District kicks off their new school year on August 11th, with other districts and schools starting soon as well, to ensure that every returning student has an equal opportunity to succeed. Basin Transit and the Boys and Girls Club are holding a Pack the Bus school supply drive all day long today at the Walmart Supercenter parking lot in Yucca Valley. Organizers are asking for crayons, markers, pencils, pens, notebooks, binders, erasers, rulers, glue, backpacks, and pencil boxes. Everything donated will be dropped off into a Basin Transit bus, and they hope to have the bus completely filled with school supplies by the end of today. Items will be distributed to all comers on July 28th at the Boys and Girls Club of the High Desert in Yucca Valley. So come on down and donate today. You'll make the coming school year a little easier for a local youngster. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Jeff Harmatz.
After months of public scrutiny, the town of Yucca Valley has published an update on the employment of its shelter manager. Here's reporter Adeline J. Wells with more.
In a press release sent Friday afternoon, the town of Yucca Valley announced the retirement of its controversy-ridden animal care and control manager, Doug Smith. The press release noted that the town was evaluating best practices for both short and long-term shelter operations, with an emphasis on animal welfare and transparency. These include scheduling veterinary assessments and an independent review of shelter operations, both of which have received public support. As town manager Curtis Yakimo was quoted, quote, "The town is exploring the best path forward in terms of interim leadership and day-to-day operations of the shelter," end quote. The Yucca Valley Animal Shelter has faced increasingly intense public scrutiny since February, when a group of citizens began regularly attending town council meetings to voice their concerns about its policies. Many of those concerns centered around Smith, which were exacerbated following two former employees' assertions that he regularly utilized improper euthanasia practices. The town initiated a 90-day operational review in March and began implementing changes that include an improved online presence, scheduled spay, neuter, and adoption events, the hiring of new staff, and the development of a volunteer program and standing committee, both of which are to begin in August. However, Smith's role as manager continued to be cited by the public as a primary issue, especially following the transfer of Howdy, a Maltese who was neglected while at the Yucca Valley Animal Shelter throughout the duration of the very review intended to improve its processes. The July 15th town council meeting was particularly contentious. As reported by Robert Hayden, many residents criticized town leadership for refusing to address the issue of shelter management. In their comments, both the council members and Yakimo agreed that further operational changes were needed. We will continue to report on this story as it develops further. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
The Colors of the Southwest art show is opening today and runs through August 31st. There's an opening reception today from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Sculpture Garden of the Pottery in Pioneer Town, located at 92268 Main Street. Come out and enjoy work from a wide range of artists. They'll also have snacks, music, and readings. The local chapter of Missing and Murdered Indigenous People, or MMIP, will be holding a Painting and Storytelling Under the Stars event tonight at Windwalker's Medicine Wheel. Reporter Gabriel Hart takes a closer look at the event and offers vital statistics on why these cases need more public awareness.
The local nonprofit MMIP wants the public to know about a vast, underreported crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous people, with women, children, and two-spirit or non-binary people being more targeted than men. In the U.S., more than 5,700 Indigenous women were reported missing in 2016, yet only 116 were officially recorded in federal databases. Since 2016, the number of murdered and missing has drastically increased while the official reports per federal databases remain. Homicide is the third leading cause of death for Indigenous women, and Native American women face murder rates at 10 times higher than the national average. Due to inconsistencies between tribal law and federal law, tribal law is prohibited from trying and persecuting non-native offenders on tribal land. For Saturday's fundraising event at Windwalker's Medicine Wheel in Joshua Tree, MMIP survivors will share their personal stories. MMIP activist Nicole Merton will share her recent stories from visiting families and other MMIP survivors across the country. Local Serrano elder Kim Marcus will teach attendees how to paint the traditional way using ancient paints, before gathering around the fire where he will lead prayer songs with bird singers. Tickets are $25, space limited. For ticket link, please visit the story at Z107.7 FM.com And look for my deeper dive into this epidemic next week when I chat with MMIP representatives Hester Van Hooven Ward and Conan Allen. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Gabriel Hart.
The Town of Yucca Valley Summer Music Festival is playing tonight, and if you're looking for a powerful 8-piece horn band playing entertaining classic soul and Motown hits, look no further. Stone Soul offers a variety of songs featuring strong vocalists and a horn section that adds depth of sound, punch, and power. With their snazzy suits and spot-on renditions of classic soul and Motown hits, Stone Soul will have you dancing to smash hits from Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, Stevie Wonder, The Four Tops, Otis Redding, James Brown, and more. Stone Soul creates an easy listening but high energy show for everybody. That's all happening tonight down at the Yucca Valley Community Center. The gates open at 6:30. The public's invited to bring a blanket and lawn chair and enjoy the show. All ages are welcome to attend, and the admission is free. Gates open at 6:30. Come on down to 57090 29 Palms Highway to enjoy the summer music concert. And don't forget to stop by the Z107.7 booth to say hi. Z107.7 is a media sponsor of the event. Calling all thriller lovers, tonight the High Desert Times in 29 Palms is hosting a live reading as part of a Southern California Writers official book tour. Rejoining us is reporter Adeline J. Wells with more on this summer literary event.
Known throughout the Morongo Basin as a champion of print, High Desert Times Magazines is hosting a live reading with the author of a newly released thriller. On Saturday, July 19th, acclaimed Southern California author Ivy Pochoda will offer a live reading from her recently released thriller titled Ecstasy. Winner of the LA Times Book Prize, Ecstasy is described on Pochoda's website as, quote, a deliciously dark horror reimagining of a Greek tragedy, end quote. Pochoda, who also teaches creative writing at the University of California, Riverside, Palm Desert Low Residency MFA program, is no stranger to heady themes. Her other works include The Art of Disappearing, Sing Her Down, and the dark desert tale Wonder Valley. As mentioned by owner Liz Lapp, the event is an official stop on Pochoda's cross-country book tour, with High Desert Times joining bookstores in cities from Los Angeles to Philadelphia to celebrate the work.
I love the book. The book is so good. And I have admired Ivy and her writing for a while now. I've heard her speak at Desert Split Open, I believe last summer. To be a part of her Penguin Random House book tour, there's just so much excitement around having that caliber of writer here in 29 Palms to expand our reach in that literary world is really exciting for me.
Following the reading, Pochoda will be joined in conversation by award-winning High Desert poet Alexandra Martinez. Together, the writers will host a Q&A session to discuss the passage, themes of the novel, and its relevance. A reception will be held after the event, during which attendees will have the opportunity to meet the author and purchase signed copies of Ecstasy. Food will be available for purchase by local vendor Mucho Ado. Lapp shared gratitude to Corner 62 for allowing the space for such community-building events, which she views as key to expanding cultural and literary engagement in the High Desert.
I think that's really important to give people access to a free, event that they can come and access global voices. I think that really strengthens the community because it helps build empathy, and it also gives people perhaps the spark of what they may be able to do in their own writing or in their own reading practices.
This free public event will take place on Saturday, July 19th at 7 p.m. at High Desert Times Magazines, located at 73552 29 Palms Highway, Suite 2 in 29 Palms. Seating is limited. For more information, contact High Desert Times at 760-910-9200. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
And that's your local news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 news team, I'm Robert Hayden.